New at 6, South Florida is back in the Super Bowl picture with stadium renovations ongoing. Members of the local Super Bowl bid committee headed to North Carolina with a plan to win over the NFL. CBS 4's Ted Scouten is the only South Florida television reporter live in Charlotte, North Carolina, with more on our chances of getting the big game. Ted, any good news to report?
Well, Ellie, it appears that the chances are pretty good of getting another Super Bowl in South Florida. As a matter of fact, one of the members of the South Florida host committee is even predicting that South Florida will get another Super Bowl. However, nothing is being taken for chance.
It's Miami's turn. It's time for Miami to be back to the Super Bowl.
Pulling out the big guns, NFL Hall of Famer and football legend Larry Zonka is joining the South Florida Super Bowl committee in the pitch for the big game before the NFL owners here in Charlotte.
We're designed to hold 250,000 to 500,000 people in South Florida coming down to enjoy the sun and enjoy the season. So you plug the Super Bowl into that and you got a natural, you got a home run.
The sun, the beach, the great weather haven't changed, but so much else has.
Football and tourism leaders from South Florida are camped out in their Charlotte War Room, preparing for Tuesday's pitch. Absolutely nothing is being left to chance.
We've been rehearsing. We rehearsed at home in South Florida before we got to Charlotte. We've had 2 rehearsals today already. Got another one at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And then I don't think any of us will be sleeping tonight, so we'll be in our own heads rehearsing what we're going to be telling the owners.
Nikki Grossman with the Greater Fort Lauderdale Convention and Visitors Bureau is on the committee. She tells us there's $375 million on the line for Miami-Dade and Broward.
It'll also make us the first 11-time host of Super Bowl. And that's record-breaking, and quite frankly, after so many years of cold weather Super Bowls, I think the NFL is going to be just about ready to plant themselves back in South Florida, where they belong, in my opinion, every year.
Rodney Barreto is a chairman on the committee. He figures with Dolphin owner Stephen Ross bankrolling nearly $500 million in improvements to the stadium, Miami will likely get good news.
I think it's going to be Atlanta in 19, Miami in 20, and LA in 21. I think that, if I was a betting guy, I would take those odds.
Well, they're keeping their fingers crossed. The owners will meet tomorrow morning. Then each of the 5 finalist cities will make their final pitch. The last one they're going to hear from is Miami. They're the final ones to make the pitch to the ownership group. We should know something by mid-afternoon tomorrow. Live in Charlotte, North Carolina, Ted Scouten, CBS 4 News.
A lot of people feel we're the logical place. Ted, thanks a lot. We'll be following what happens there in Charlotte.